Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Hen's Tooth Cafe. Today we're revisiting a circuit. It was I did a video a while ago on a clone that I did of the Spaceman Effects Gemini III dual fuzz generator. I've made my clone on Vero and UKToecutter over at Do-It-Yourself Stomp Boxes. Had some really nice PCBs made up. Fit into a 1590 BB, tight, but it does fit on the long side. And if any of you are familiar with the Gemini III dual fuzz generator, it's a great fuzz, great circuit. I can't say enough good things about it. It's quite flexible as to what kind of transistors you put in it. I did my first clone with on the germanium side with Russian transistors, and I kind of mixed up the silicone side. I departed from what the original Spaceman units were using. Again, this one I did a bit of the inverse. I used the original set, the AC 128s and the AC 176 on the germanium side, and I kind of stuck pretty well the same with the silicone side. I swapped one transistor out for a different one on the silicone side. It just gives it a little more sizzle. So this is what it looks like. I even found the really nice aviation style panel indicators, which are dimmable. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really cool. Anyway, I found a bunch of them there down in the States. They're pretty cheap, so I threw one in there. So again, just a quick synopsis of the controls. Bypass switch, volume. Here you have a blend knob because it's a dual fuzz. You've got two circuits in there, one germanium, one silicone, and the beauty is that you can blend the two together. Blend knob in the middle means equal parts of each. All the way to the left is the germanium side, all the way to the right is the silicone side. You have gain switches. You have a germanium gain switch, low, medium, and high gain. Same thing for the silicone side. You have a tone knob, which works in the mid-range mostly, and you have a reversing switch for the tone, which works only on the germanium side. When you're over on full germanium, if you have the tones set all the way counterclockwise, if you flip this reversing switch, it basically gives you the other end of the dial. It reverses the tone knob, but it's only for the germanium side. And the interesting idea behind this is when you're blending silicone and germanium fuzzes together, where you have the tone knob set to one side or the other, you can reverse the tone of the germanium coming in. So it really expands the amount of it expands the tonal palette somewhat. So I'm just going to stick it in the middle here on the normal, and we'll start, we'll put these to the lowest gain, volume set in the middle, which is close to unity. I'm using my my custom Ibanez. Well, it used to be an Ibanez. I kind of messed with it. Bill Lawrence pickups. Working on the bridge pickup, and it's going through the dual fuzz generator and into my Ampeg G212. Just a little bit of reverb. So now we'll click it on, and we're completely over on the germanium side at the lowest gain setting. I mentioned previously in my other video, the germanium side doesn't clean up as well as the silicone side when you roll the volume off. The silicone side really cleans up well. I mean, really well. The germanium side always tends to stay a little dirty. Gives you a bit of an overdrive feel. Nice and fuzzy. If we go to medium gain, you can hear there's a little more fur on the fuzz. And then on the highest gain, what's kind of nifty about the germanium side of the circuit is that a lot of it resembles a harmonic percolator. It kind of looks like a harmonic percolator circuit with an added boost in front of it. And so what happens there is that you know, a harmonic percolator, when it's really well tuned, will give you a lot of even order harmonics, like some really nice sweet feedback. And that's what this tends to do. When it's set up just right, with a nice trio of transistors, you can get some really nice you can get some upper octave feedback. So that's the germanium side. I'll put it down to the minimum gain again, and we'll switch over to the silicone side. Now the silicone side has a little more sizzle, and the departure I took here is one of the three transistors that they use on the silicone side. I swapped out for a BC109C, which is a bit higher gain than the 2N2222 that they had in there. Now, if we roll back the volume, cleans up a lot better than the germanium side. So now if we go to the medium gain, and the highest gain is just like over the top fuzz. Great sustain too. And we go on the neck pickup. Nice round tone. So we're going to max the gain switches here, and I'll just flip back and forth between the either side of the blend so you can hear the difference between the GE, the germanium, and the silicone side. We'll start on the germanium side, and then I'm going to sweep over to the silicone and back. I'm not sure if you can hear this through this camera microphone, but you can hear that the germanium side is got less sizzle on it. It's just as furry, but less high frequency sizzle than the silicone side. It's a little woolier. But what's really nice is when you start blending the two together. Side providing that upper octave harmonic. And if we go to we were on the highest gain. If we play with the tone knob. Tone knob reminds me a lot of like the two extremities of the tone switch on a super fuzz, the difference in tone from switching between the two. But here it's a tone knob where you can kind of blend between that mid scoop or mid hump. And then, of course, there's a myriad of little, different tones that you can create by using the gain switches as well, like having the germanium on minimum gain and having the silicone on maximum gain, and then you can have a lot of silicone with a little bit of germanium, or you can turn it the other way around, have a lot of germanium with a little bit of silicone. If I switch it over to the silicone side, you can hear that germanium wooliness cutting through. So there you go. There you have it. That's the UKToecutter PCB version of the Gemini III dual fuzz generator. The original was produced by Spaceman Effects, great effects company out of the United States, Portland, Oregon, I believe. They make some beautiful, beautiful pedals, not only tone-wise, but the insides are a work of art. And their pedals are usually one-off runs, so if you can get one, that's great. If you can't, well, you're SOL. So this is just one way of the do-it-yourself or being able to enjoy the tone that these circuits are capable of producing. There you go, dual fuzz generator with fancy aviation panel indicator light. That's it for today's episode. It's the Hen's Tooth Cafe, wishing you a fuzzy day. Take care.